Just want to warm up around the television. It's what's hot time. We're going to talk about the stories that have us all talking.
We are joined by Barb Bartlein. She's the People Pro. Plus, Jeff Wagner's back. Some Halloween costumes tend to be on the offensive side. Yeah. This might be one of them. A couple of costumes, these right here, have people outraged. Some friends decided to dress as Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. Put this picture on Facebook. It's gone viral. Did their costumes go too far?
Well, I mean, it's clearly in bad taste. Okay, there's just no question about it. Would I wear a costume like that? No. Who even thinks of a costume like that? But at the same time, Halloween in many respects is about bad taste. And I think some people say, okay, we're going to try to see how shocking we can be. Is this offensive? Yeah, it is. Isn't it bad taste? Yeah, I guess Halloween is partly about that, though.
Yeah, but Jeff, this one was really over the line. We haven't seen such poor judgment since Prince Harry dressed up like a Nazi. This one is really bad. And, you know, there's still a lot of raw wounds about that whole case. But you do make a good point. I mean, these were two young men in their 20s. Is this the first time young men in their 20s show poor judgment or poor taste? I don't think so.
Part of the way in which they're posing for the photo, too.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a blood spatter. I mean, there's just, you would like to, if you were the gal between the two of them, you would like to say, okay, what were you two guys thinking?
Well, and I will say this didn't take a lot of creativity. There wasn't a lot of effort that went into these costumes.
But anytime the directions for a Halloween costume begin with step 1, paint your face black.
Yeah, well,
those are instructions you should throw away.
No, I mean that's been this ongoing controversy year after year, where white people decide to dress up in blackface. There's a controversy going around with a very popular actress who went to an event dressed up as one of the characters out of that TV show Orange is the New Black, and people are saying, oh, this is racist and all that type of stuff. Whenever you go down this route, whenever you do edgy, it's going to offend some people.
Well, and now you have social media, so everybody knows, versus just the party you went to.
Well, and of course, these yo-yos put it up on the social media.
And
they're proud of it.
Yeah. And once it's up there, even though they took it down, it's viral now.
My question is, what's the girl in the middle dressed as? I couldn't figure that out.
I don't know. I don't know what she was.
One more look? No? All right. We're out of time for topic 1.
We're back after this. Choice topic of the day.
Again, we're joined today by Barb Bartlein. She is the People Pro. We all know Jeff Wagner from the radio. Okay, pediatricians support the idea of condoms for teens. Doctors say teens should be encouraged to abstain from sex. Those who are sexually active need to be able to get free or low-cost condoms. They recommend giving them out at schools and doctors' offices. Not everybody, I'm going to say, based on the looks of people's faces here, think this is a good idea. Jeff, we'll start with you.
Start with me. It's crazy to do this unless the parents sign off on it. The bottom line is, if the parents want to go down this route, then I think you can have the issue. The idea of 12 or 13-year-olds being able to get condoms without mom or dad knowing about it, to me, is insane. Yes, it might help prevent sexually transmitted diseases, but the truth is 12 or 13-year-olds aren't ready to make this big decision. The schools should not be encouraging it.
I totally disagree. I think any time you can hand condoms out to teens, it's a good thing. The rate right now of STDs and herpes among youth between the ages of 15 and 25 is almost 50%, Jeff.
So you think it's a good idea, seriously, without mom or dad knowing or giving permission, to have some teacher or school nurse give your 13-year-old boy or girl a condom and encourage them to be sexually active without mom or dad knowing?
The research shows, Jeff, that just having sex education and having condoms available does not encourage kids to be sexually active. What you will have, though, is the kids that want to be sexually active have access to birth control and have access to the prevention.
Do kids need any encouragement to be sexually active? I mean, is this
12 and 13-year-old boys?
Do they need encouragement?
Jeff, I would agree with you. 12 and 13-year-old boys, young people, not old enough to make these decisions, but they are making these decisions, and parents are not going to know if they're having sex. For
what age, Jeff, do you think it would be appropriate? 14, 15, 17?
I don't think, I think this is a matter that the parents should be involved in. No, I don't think doctors, I don't think educators should be giving kids condoms without mom and dad knowing. You can't get a tattoo in this state without mom mom or dad signing off on it till you're 18, but you're going to have some school nurse give a 13-year-old condoms? Give me a break.
Okay,
but guess what, Jeff? You can have sex without your parents knowing it. Believe me.
Well, I understand, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing to encourage it.
All right, cut off topic 2 there. Lightning round now.
Halloween is Thursday. One 9-year-old won't be eating some types of candy. That 9-year-old's mom stopped giving him candy with artificial dyes. She believes that led to her son's bad behavior. Yes,
my
or
parents
no?
would never let me eat red candy because they thought the red candy was going to make me go berserk.
Well, I mean, you know, there are a lot of diets that address behavior in children, whether it's autism, ADD, ADHD, and once you take away the preservatives and the dyes, sometimes a lot of these children get a lot better and a lot of their symptoms go away. So I don't know if it's particular for this woman's child, but a lot of people are using diet to combat some of these things.
Well, and I think some people do have a sensitivity to the dyes, but I got news for you. I think she should cut out the candy. I think sugar is what it leads to more bad behavior than necessarily the dyes. Study after study has shown that when people cut out the sugar from the kids' diet, their behavior improves.
Yeah, I guess I think mom is a kook. If mom decides that she doesn't want to let the kid eat candy or green M&Ms or whatever, fine, that's her business. But this is like when Jenny McCarthy goes on TV and says she thinks the reason, you know, her child has autism is because you got the flu shot, and then nobody wants to get, you know, or get immunizations. Then nobody wants to get immunizations. That sets it back. If she doesn't want her kid to eat candy with colored in it, that's fine. But I don't think there's any evidence suggesting it's a real problem.
It's fair to say that if a food has red dye number 3 or 5 or whatever it is in it, it's got other stuff in it that will probably make you bounce off the wall. They're not putting red dye in Brussels sprouts.
Right.
I don't want to be coming over to your house for Halloween, though. That's if you're giving out Brussels sprouts.
I make good
stuff.
Brussels sprouts.
He does make good Brussels sprouts.
Here,
They might get a little cold, though. They're not good super cold.
Yeah, I'd look at the sugar instead of the dye.
My Brussels sprouts have bacon in them.
Ooh.
All right, the What's Hot discussion continues online just a little bit. Find that page at tmj4.com/hot.